right, everybody, welcome back to LexTalk. It's season 4, you guessed it, episode 4. We're so glad you're here with us today.
Absolutely. Thrilled to have everyone tuning in.
We're going to be taking a really deep dive into something that is kind of inescapable these days.
It really is, isn't it?
It's social media.
Everywhere you look.
And it's not just about, keeping up with friends and family. It's really having a massive impact on how we learn, especially English as a second language.
And that's what we're all about here at LexTalk, exploring English and linguistics right here in Thailand. So this is right up our alley.
Exactly. For educators, for parents, for anyone who loves English, anyone who's trying to learn or teach English, this deep dive is going to be eye-opening.
We're going to look at those big names.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even X, what a lot of us still call Twitter.
And we'll uncover how they're shaping language learning, not just in the classroom, but outside of it, too.
Because let's face it, we spend a lot of time on these platforms.
We do. It's easy to think of it as just entertainment.
Oh, absolutely. Just a way to unwind.
But there's this hidden potential there, this language learning goldmine waiting to be tapped.
We're talking real interaction, authentic English, informal input, real communication, the kind you don't always get from a textbook.
It's making language learning feel more like, well, just living life.
And it's not just a small group of people. We're talking over 80% of Thai teenagers on social media every single day.
That's huge.
It's a force to be reckoned with and a powerful tool for language learning if we know how to use it, right?
And that's what we're here to explore. So first things first, why is social media so important for learning a language like English? What's the big deal?
Well, at its heart, language is social, right? We learn it best through connection, sharing ideas, understanding each other. And guess what? Social media platforms are built on exactly that, social interaction.
So you're saying it's like a natural fit?
It is. It's a constant flow of English as it's actually spoken, written, used in real situations.
Which is so different from what we often see in textbooks.
Oh, absolutely. It's more authentic, more natural, and let's be honest, way more engaging.
I mean, you're seeing how people actually talk, how they express themselves.
And you're picking up on all those little things, the slang, the idioms, the nuances that give language its personality.
The stuff that makes it come alive.
Precisely. Plus, the variety of content is incredible. There's something for everyone.
Learners can find English related to their passions, whether it's travel, food, music, whatever they're into.
It's about making English relevant to their lives, not just a subject in a book.
All right, so let's dive into some specific platforms. Instagram and Facebook, those are biggies, especially here in Thailand. What potential do they have for language learning?
Tons. Think about it. You've got these quote pages popping up everywhere, visually appealing, sharing bite-sized bits of vocabulary and grammar.
It's like learning without even realizing it.
Exactly. Then you've got ESL teachers getting creative with reels and short videos.
Breaking down grammar, explaining tricky concepts in fun, easy-to-digest ways.
And hashtags. Don't forget the power of hashtags.
Like hashtag #LearnEnglishDaily or hashtag ESL tips.
Connecting learners with a whole community, giving them a place to practice, participate in challenges.
It's like a digital language exchange.
And it's not just about explicit language learning content either.
Right, you can follow pages on any topic, travel, cooking, technology, anything.
But consume it in English. That's the key.
Immersing yourself in the language through your interests.
And don't forget, those pages specifically catering to Thai learners.
Oh yeah, the ones with daily expressions, super useful stuff.
Practical, relevant, and targeted. That's what we want.
Now, we can't talk social media without talking about the TikTok craze, especially for younger learners. What's its role in all of this?
TikTok is a game changer. It's all about those bite-sized videos.
Short, attention-grabbing, perfect for today's learners.
They often use captions, which is fantastic for reading comprehension.
You're seeing the words as you hear them.
And creators are breaking down grammar, explaining slang, demonstrating pronunciation, all in these fun, engaging ways.
It's like learning English from your favorite entertainers.
And things go viral so quickly on TikTok. Learners are getting exposed to the latest slang, the newest expressions.
It's like a real-time update on what's cool in English.
And because it's so visual, you're picking up on nonverbal cues, cultural context.
You're learning about more than just the language.
And let's not forget about creators like at English with Georgia and at English Teacher Room.
They've built massive followings by making language learning fun and accessible.
Teachers, take note. There's so much inspiration to be found there.
And speaking of short-form video, we can't leave out YouTube Shorts and Reels.
They're bringing that same snappy style to YouTube and Instagram.
It's all about micro-learning.
Short bursts of learning that fit into any schedule.
No more excuses about not having time to study.
And teachers can get creative with this too.
Assign a few relevant reels each week, have students reflect on them.
Encourage active engagement, not just passive watching.
Now let's talk about X, what many still call Twitter. It's a different beast, it's text-heavy. What are its strengths for language learning?
X is all about concise communication. Think news snippets, short grammar explanations, idioms broken down into digestible tweets.
It's perfect for those who prefer reading and writing.
You're getting exposed to modern abbreviations, internet slang, informal writing styles.
You're seeing how people really communicate online.
And there are communities like #EnglishTwitter where learners can connect, practice, share ideas.
It's a supportive space to improve your English.
We encourage Thai students to try posting one English tweet per day.
It's a simple, low-pressure way to build writing fluency.
It's about putting yourself out there, expressing yourself in English.
So we've talked about exposure, practice, but motivation and confidence are key too. How does social media help with that?
It's a game changer. Seeing English used in so many real-life situations is incredibly motivating.
It makes it feel relevant, relatable.
Learners see that it's not just about passing a test, it's about connecting with people.
And the likes, the shares, the comments, that social validation can be really encouraging.
It builds a sense of community, a feeling of belonging.
And because the content is often short and digestible, it feels less overwhelming.
Learners can experience quick wins, boosting their confidence. And for Thai learners, participating in English challenges or trending topics can be a huge confidence boost.
It's about pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, realizing you can communicate in English.
It's empowering.
But let's be real, social media isn't perfect. There are downsides too. What should we be cautious about?
Absolutely. Misinformation is a big one. Not everyone online is a language expert.
Just because it's popular doesn't mean it's accurate.
Learners need to be critical, evaluate sources carefully.
Like with anything online, take it with a grain of salt.
Another risk is the language itself. It can be informal, slangy, grammatically incorrect.
Not always appropriate for formal settings.
And then there's the distraction factor. Social media can be a black hole of time wasting.
We've all been there.
So how can we guide learners to use social media effectively?
What practical tips do you have for teachers and parents?
Curation is key. Teachers can create playlists of reliable resources.
Steer students towards quality content.
Teach them critical digital literacy skills, how to evaluate information.
Help them navigate the online world safely and effectively.
And encourage learn and post activities, have them summarize videos, respond to tweets, leave comments.
Encourage active engagement, not just passive scrolling.
Turn social media into a personalized learning environment.
So wrapping it up, social media is an incredibly powerful tool for English learning.
It's all around us, it's accessible, it's engaging.
But like any tool, it needs to be used intentionally and with guidance.
It's about moving from passive consumption to active participation.
Follow English accounts, post in English, transform your feed into a learning space.
Take control of your language learning journey.
And speaking of learning journeys, in our next deep dive, we'll explore blended learning.
Combining the best of digital and traditional methods.
It's about finding the right balance for effective language learning.
Make sure to tune in for that.
Before we wrap up, don't forget to follow LexTalk on all our platforms.
Website, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, SoundCloud, Spotify.
You can find us at LexTalk Podcast.
We love connecting with our listeners, sharing resources, and hearing your thoughts.
So reach out, let us know what you think.
And thank you for joining us for this deep dive.
We hope you found it insightful and practical.
It's been a great conversation about the future of language learning.
Let's talk, let's learn, let's LexTalk.
Until next time.